food, and I had a very interesting thought this morning when I saw this post from UN Water about how can glaciers be saved, and there was this list of goals or things to do, things that can be done that probably you heard already sometimes. Reduction of emissions, better water management, better international cooperation, all of this. And it made me think of how we are very clear, or we can be very clear on how can glaciers be saved, what we have to do. You know, all of this we know. But below this, there's something that we don't know that well, or maybe we have not reflected upon very deeply, which is, why do we want to? As a human collective, why do we want to save the glaciers? And then you ask yourselves, do we want to? Or why would we want to save the glaciers? What would be the thing that would make us want to? Or what's missing if we don't want to? And the question of why do we want to is very different from why should we. It can look similar, but it's different. Usually we would respond to why should we in answers like, because if we don't, something's bad gonna happen. Something bad's gonna happen. There's gonna be the sea level rise. We are gonna have water problems. More species are gonna die. We will also die. You know, all of these catastrophic and punitive futures that will happen if we don't. That's the usual answer to why should we. And it relates to when we were going to school, or it relates to the whole motivational structure that drives our whole system and our whole society. We usually respond to the shoulds. I should do this, I should do that, I have to, because if not, bad things will happen. And I studied pedagogy in music, and when we talk about extrinsic motivation, is like, I have to learn this thing, or I should study, I should learn this thing, because if not, I'll get a bad mark, and then maybe I will, you know, get punished or something. Whereas if you go with intrinsic motivation, it's what relates to your inner curiosity and the drive to know. And intrinsic motivation is what makes you connect with your desire. So you know, you have a desire to know more, a desire to get closer to that knowledge, to become more connected to that. It's, for me, this wanting to know, this curiosity is also this will to bridge the gap between that subject, that information, that being, that topic, and me, I want to feel closer. I don't want to feel that separate, right? So yeah, when we talk about why, we start talking about all these motivations, and the motivation of why do we want to save the glaciers, or why would we want to save the glaciers, as different that why should we save the glaciers. It awakes in us different mechanisms of thinking, at least, and of relating to what we're talking about. And we're asking ourselves now, okay, why do we want to save? Save is a big word. Don't know if it's even like worth of us humans, but maybe, you know, we need to change something in order to be worthy of that word. But yeah, I think we can maybe connect more with the ideas of protecting, caring for. So why would we want to protect and care for glaciers, and therefore intend to save them? So humans, as mammals, we need to think then, we save and care and protect those that we love. It's as simple as that. And it applies also for glaciers as living beings that we want to protect and save. So then we can also keep pulling this thread and ask ourselves, how do we get to love someone? What are the cause and effect, almost, right? And I'd say we get to love someone through perceiving them through our senses. We love those who we create bonds with. We love those who we are kin with. We cannot love in a very felt, authentic way someone that we've never seen, perceived, experienced, breathed with, smelled, heard, anytime, in any situation. If someone, and here we are understanding someone as a person, but also as more than human, we could understand it as a glacier, or as a river, or as a mountain, or as an animal. Like, it can be humans, but also more than humans. We can only love what we perceive through our experience, through our senses, through our embodied sensations. And that's something that is very important, and that for me is a missing key, that is not that taken care of when we're talking about saving the glaciers, when we're talking about climate change, when we're talking about the relationship we have with nature, and the reciprocity we have with nature, and how that can drive different responses from us, and more positive responses from us. So, okay, we know what to do. We have known already for years. Why is this not happening? Why are we not significantly reducing emissions yet? Why the water management is not getting that to that other level that would make things much better, etc. Why are we not doing the things to save the glacier, the things that we know? So the answer, I think, is very clear and very straightforward. Why are we not protecting the glaciers? Why are we not saving the glaciers? Why are we not caring for the glaciers? Is because we don't love them enough yet. Why don't we love the glaciers enough yet? Because we don't know them enough yet. And why we don't know them enough yet? Because we have not perceived them, we have not yet felt them enough yet. It is very important that we create emotional bonds as a human collective with glaciers if we want to save them, if we want to protect them, if we want to care for them, if we want to act differently, if we want to relate differently. It's very important as well, all the scientific research and knowing what we need to do. But if we don't build, don't promote the love, the connection, the perception, the emotional connection, the embodied experience as part of nature, the water body to water body kinship, no one's gonna do it. Someone might try to do it, but if we don't do this as a collective, it's not gonna happen. So we need this collective bond, this emotional connection, these experiences that make you feel closer to the glaciers, to the guardians of water in this planet, to the guardians of life in this planet. We need experiences in our body, in our senses, that make us closer, that awake inside us the intrinsic motivation, the curiosity, the desire to be closer, to know more. So yeah, this is a very key piece for me, and that is why it's a desire that is alive in me after I had the chance to meet Icelandic glaciers, to be there listening with them. Listening is a super powerful tool, a super powerful act. Listening in full presence to nature and to glaciers. They have a lot of memories, they have a lot to say, they have a lot of emotions frozen that we need to also release and melt in ourselves in order to really get close, bridge the distance, the separation with them. The goal is to feel that we are part of this interconnected world, interconnected vitality, interconnected love that makes life happen. And that's something that glaciers can tell us through their sound, through their vibration. And that's something that is part of my vision, my work, my what I am offering through my music, through my workshops, through my sound journeys, meditations, in person, online. It all works to bridge this gap of distance and get closer to what is this emotional legacy of glaciers. That is, again, this drive, that's this spark that will make us really want to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna release my album in a few months with the Icelandic glaciers. I'm writing a book. I am offering sound journeys and meditations online with the sounds of glaciers. And the 22nd of March, there will be a global glacier sound meditation, because we are gonna celebrate the first World Day of Glaciers and the World Day of Water. There's gonna be lots of events during those days. And the 22nd, you can tune in to listen collectively to the sounds of Icelandic glaciers that I recorded some years ago in combination with my voice, and in a live music performance that will be about opening this heart to heart, water body to water body bond between humans and glaciers. And we have opened the understanding of how important that is in this video. So if you want to join us, that will be very, very welcomed, because the more we love the glaciers and we learn to listen to them, the more this change is possible. And yeah, so you have the link here and in the description, or and yeah, I'll be looking forward to connect with you through my voice, through the voice of glaciers, in a beautiful collective experience.